Today I'm going to talk to you about roundabouts and instructions for roundabouts as given by your examiner and your instructor. So we're going to be looking at lots of different styles of roundabouts, both the signs and the approaches and some overheads as well. So here, for example, we've got the Orange Street roundabout, your classic cross, but roundabouts come in different shapes and sizes, sometimes fewer exits. Bull Green just has 2 exits. Similar here, we've got one in, which one's this one? This is the roundabout in Elland, again 2 exits. Here we've got one in Elland itself that's got 4 exits. More complicated one under the dual carriageway. Same roundabout again, so a total of 5 exits on that one. Overhead of a mini roundabout in town, near the Shay, this one. This one's got 4 exits, but again they're not arranged in that classic cross that we saw right at the beginning with the Orange Street roundabout. And then here's a roundabout in Huddersfield that features on a few test routes. This one's got 5 approaches, or 4 exits plus your approach. So going back to the sign of the first roundabout, let's quickly have an overview of how the examiners and probably most instructors will give you your instructions. So here we've got, as I say, 3 exits plus your approach. We always approach from the bottom here. So we come up towards the roundabout from the foot of the sign, and then if we're going to Burnley, the instruction will be given to you more likely as left first exit. So because we've defined it as a left, we're expecting you to signal on approach, and obviously we're going to remember our exit signal as well for a main roundabout. If we're going to go to Keighley, we're going to describe that as a head second exit. So again, we've said ahead, so that means we're not expecting you to signal as you approach, but we're hoping to see the exit signal. And then the 3rd exit going towards Leeds, we would describe as right 3rd exit. Now, when you're following your satnav, you're going to get slightly different instructions. The satnav may say something like, cross the roundabout, take the 3rd exit, or cross the roundabout and go right. Cross the roundabout, take the 1st exit. Cross the roundabout, take the 2nd exit. Or enter the roundabout and then take the 3rd exit. So where the satnav does not use the terms left and right, it's obviously going to be up to you to determine whether or not the exit in question requires a signal to the left or to the right. Signalling at roundabouts is something I'm going to cover in a future video before too long, and that will hopefully help you understand when a signal is to be given and when it isn't. But as I say, generally speaking, with your examiners and your instructors, they're likely to pretty much give you the answer by saying left or right or ahead, as well as the exit number. So to put this into context, let's have a look at the same roundabout from the driver's eye view. So coming from that approach, we have 3 lane choices as we get to the roundabout. If we're going to go left, we're going to take this little slip road just to the left here and go up towards Burnley. If we're going to go ahead, then we'll be using this lane here. We've got the red car and there's several black cars, and we're going to go through the roundabout and over and beyond those trees ahead, 2nd exit in the direction of Keighley. If we're going to go right, then we'll be using the right-hand lane, staying near the roundabout, going round the back of those trees, and then coming out over here where you see the block of flats and going over the flyover. So that'll be right 3rd exit. Here we see the Bull Green roundabout, again another one that's going to feature on a lot of lessons and a lot of driving tests. Going to Burnley is left 1st exit, going towards Keighley and Bradford, ahead 2nd exit, and doing a U-turn coming back into town is a U-turn 3rd exit. Again, viewing this roundabout from the driver's eye point of view, left-hand lane for left, middle lane more than likely to go ahead 2nd exit and then staying nice and high like this red car is, staying well out of the way of the van on the other side and then going past that block of flats. And if we're going to do a U-turn, then we're going to use the 3rd lane and come all the way around the roundabout and come back where this red car can be seen here. The roundabout here just has 2 approaches, 2 exits, so in this case it's ahead 1st exit and right 2nd exit. Again, 2 lanes as you get there, ahead going up towards Elland, right taking you around past the doctor's surgery, second exit. The roundabout in Paddock, Huddersfield, that does feature on a number of test routes. Again, we're approaching from the bottom here, but here there's only a single lane approach. Left first exit is directly to your left. You won't be going down there on your test, but you're more than likely to take this second exit. So you do have to think about the timing of your signal and whether or not to cancel it as you leave the roundabout, because if you're going to go up here, then you do want to cancel it because you don't want cars where the white and the black car are pulling out on you. But if you are going to carry on down here, going to Milnes Bridge, then you'd want to maintain the signal to make the left turn. Ahead on this occasion is your third exit, takes you up the hill, and right would be your fourth exit. So looking at that from the driver's eye point of view, as I say, a single lane approach, off to the left first, or into the roundabout and left second, or around the roundabout and ahead third, or all the way around for fourth exit, going where the white van can be seen. Most mini roundabouts don't have signs, but we have an exception here. Now, on this occasion, the first exit is stubbed out, and that's because if you were going to go that way, then you probably wouldn't have taken this little road down towards this mini roundabout, which is just down near the dual carriageway, Copley Roundabout it's known as. So they've stubbed it out because they're not really expecting people to go left, but you can go left first exit. However, the most likely instruction is ahead second exit or right third exit towards Surrey Bridge. Here we see the roundabout under the dual carriageway. Now this one is relatively large roundabout for Halifax, slightly odd shape. It's almost like 2 roundabouts stuck together, but it is in fact just a single roundabout. So here we're approaching from the Halifax direction. We've just left the dual carriageway. Left first exit would take us into the Lowfields Business Park. Left second exit would take us up to Rastrict, where lorries are not recommended because of the steep hill. Now ahead third exit is stubbed out because that basically means you've come off the dual carriageway and then you're going back onto it. But it is a valid exit, and it's one that we would often use to help train you for exiting and getting back onto a dual carriageway. Right fourth exit means going all the way round, coming under the bridge, and then coming back off on your fourth exit going towards Elland. In Elland itself, we've got this roundabout which has got it's showing us 4 exits because the idea of doing a U-turn on this roundabout is a little bit more likely to try and keep traffic out of the town centre that effectively is through traffic. So we're approaching from where Morrison's is. Left first exit is the M62. Ahead second exit stubbed out because it doesn't really go anywhere, it just goes into the residential area, but it is a valid exit. Right third exit takes you to town centre, and as I said, U-turn all the way round would take you back past B&M on your right hand side and back towards the dual carriageway or Morrison's. The roundabout underneath the dual carriageway again, just seen from a different angle. So this time we're coming from Rastrick, approaching the roundabout. Left first exit takes you back onto the dual carriageway up to the M62, also towards where the test centre is in Huddersfield now. Head second exit all the way through under the bridge and then off towards Elland, or right third exit again under the bridge all the way round and off right third exit back towards Halifax, or all the way round, so making this sort of spectacle or bonio shape, and then right fourth exit would be Lowfields. This is the mini roundabout at the Shay. So we're coming from where the Shay is, we're approaching the roundabout, and we can go left first exit, takes us back up towards the traffic lights where the swimming pool is. Left second exit, which is not a particularly common route taken by people, but again is valid, so you have to think about the timing of the signal if you're going to do that one. And then right third exit, which will take you towards the train station. And in terms of what signals to give and when to give them, as I say, I'm going to do another video in the near future to help you understand when it's a good time to signal and when you maybe want to think about it and apply a little bit more judgment on whether a signal is a good idea or misleading. There are some sort of general guidelines. The 12 o'clock rule is one that's often used, but I want you to try and help you think a little bit more about whether or not the 12 o'clock rule should be always followed, or whether sometimes you need to apply a little bit more judgment to it. And as I say, I'll cover that in a video in the next few weeks. So the same roundabout approach from a driver's eye point of view. So splits into two lanes. The left lane is going to be used for those first two exits, and the right-hand lane would be used to go towards the train station. So I hope that that's given you a little bit more understanding of what the sort of instructions are for a roundabout and how to interpret them. The idea really is for you to know, as you approach a roundabout, form a plan in your head. So when you're giving your instruction, you need to know which direction you're going, which exit that's going to be off the roundabout. That's going to help you then decide which lane you're going to adopt and whether signals are required or not. Once you know that information, you can then execute your plan using MSPSL to hopefully successfully navigate the roundabout. I hope the video is useful to you. If you do find it useful, then please click like. It would also be good if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find lots more helpful videos there, or you can find other help and information at my website as well. Thank you very much.